every day. You just like you got two jobs at once. You work your regular job, and then you got to work at the job of trying to keep the house functioning without each other cussing each other out and choking each other out. That's just not a good look. Okay, every day you just, all right. So cool. Anyway, let me slide this on over here, and then we are good to go. I want to show you guys some things on the charts. And what we're going to do, we're going to do something different today, you guys. Let me do this real quick, by the way, as well. For those who want to hear the rest of this message, let me send you the link. And how do I know? Because I was in a relationship like that. That's how I know. It was very draining, to be honest. Looking back on it, it was very, very draining. Very, very draining. All right, let me put this in the group for you guys and show you some very, very nice setups that I personally would take if it wasn't for the situation with the news this afternoon. I don't like trading during news no more. I'm not a fan of that anymore. All right, I'm gonna put the link to Dr. Miles Monroe message in here. So boom, that's there. You guys got that. Now let me go ahead and share my charts. And boom, we got that. All right, and then let me do a confirmation check just to make sure everything is well. All right. There we go. Everything's good. All right, here we go. So let me show you a couple of setups that if it wasn't for the markets going into the big Kahuna news event today, and I'm not going to play around. I'm just not. It's not even worth it for me. So if you're looking at entering trades at this moment, go ahead and do what you want to do because it's your account. But for me, I'm okay. And I see some very gorgeous setups, which is like right here. I told you guys the JPYs and the Swiss, the CAD, and NZDs are some of my favorite for trend trading. Look at these. Look at that. That's just absolutely nice. Like really, really nice. Go to the 15-minute on this one, and there you go. Okay. Look at that. Very, very nice. These are all nice setups. Now, here's what I'm telling you, what I think, and I'm just giving you my idea of what may happen today, which is why the JPY is setting up so nicely. All of them are doing the same, which is why you can basically do your pick of the litter. This is a demo account, so I showed you guys. I took this trade just a few moments ago, just to show you guys, okay, if this was a good day with no news, you got your 30-minute arrow that's fresh, like fresh out the bakery bread. And on the 15-minute, I would put it underneath the first main wave or second main wave and just leave it alone. That is gorgeous. I love it when the price action comes out flat, because what happens on Spongy Bob's? What happened when the price goes flat or sideways, consolidation, whatever name you want to give it? What is the next thing that happens? There you go, Liz. You got it first. Pops up. There you go. That's where the pop-ups or breakouts. That's another name they call it. Breakouts. I call it pop-ups because basically it goes sideways and pops up. Okay. And if I stretch this out to make it bigger, you'll see what I mean. And this is why I don't stretch it like this. I don't like that accordion look. So I stretch it thin so I can just really see what it's doing. So you can see it was in the up direction, then flattened out, pulled back, and then boom, huge breakout. Okay, so I'm anticipating, look at that. That is just Mona Lisa gorgeous. That is just gorgeous. Okay, so that is what I would be looking for. And I would actually be taking trades. Look at all of these are doing the same thing. The JPYs are all setting up exactly the same. Okay, look at that. Okay, the only one I wouldn't fool with is the US JPY because it's going to be news on the dollar itself. But nevertheless, as you can see, all of these are setting up and giving just a magnificent look for the taking. But again, due to news events, I'm not going to take it. But you can see like right back here, let me unplug the charts. Okay, you can see right here where it did the same thing, pops, boom, and it just keeps going, keeps going, keeps going. So from the original first arrow to the top, right here, that was about 190 pips. And it's just so nice. That's why I like the JPYs for Ocean Wave, because it's just so smooth to the one side, so smooth to the other side. And that's just the way it rolls. Okay. I really, really like these. I mean, I'm really, look at this. Everything is showing, hey, every time frame is starting to convert. This is in the mixed mindset, which means the next phase of it, as price action keep going, this is going to turn green. So that means we got more than our half and half. Look at the weekly and the monthly. The weekly and the monthly is telling you it's in an upward direction. The daily is an indecision now. The 1 hour is an indecision now, meaning that there's possibility of a conversion from it being a sale to a buy. So then you'll have, man, this is just pretty. Okay. Everybody see this type of 20. If you see this, just want to make sure y'all see it. Hey, good morning, Super Easy family on YouTube as well. Good morning. Give me a second. Let me check something. Sorry, guys, I'm working multiple things at the same time. Let me move this over here. Hope you don't mind. I'm working on a project that's critically important and doing that at the same time while I'm doing a class with you guys. I'm working with a gentleman on a different project, so I have to keep an eye on my phone. So hope you don't mind that. Okay. So this would be an example for those who have the ocean wave. This would be a Mona Lisa setup that I would be looking for. Okay. So just showing you exactly what I would be looking for. And what we're going to do today, since today the market, and that's what I want to pull up for you guys, because I want to do something a little bit different. Let's see. I want to go here and show you guys this. And so what we're going to do is we're going to have a conversation today, and that's going to involve you. What I mean by that is, since we're not, I mean, do you, again, do you, boo, do you. But for those who say, I can restrain my flesh, restrain myself for the time being, I can hold myself back from the itchy hands of taking a trade. Here's what I suggest you do. So I suggest that you hold off for today. Just let this news event pass here. It's right here. And then the follow-up. And I learned this recently. I learned this recently and that, well, not recently, a little while ago, because after the news event for the Fed interest rate announcement that came out, I was like, okay, the news is clear. Let me get my setup. And then boom, the Feds came out and they had their conference and they started speaking and the market started acting crazy again. And I ended up losing a winning trade because I thought, okay, now the news is over because the Fed interest rate announcement is done. They said what they're going to do, and that's that. But then they came out and said something else, and that caused the market to jump and leap again. So this is why this whole area of time from here to here, I don't want to have anything to do with the market because I don't know exactly what they're going to do. And then they may talk about future stuff of what they're going to do in the future. And if they say something crazy, the market going to go crazy again. It's going to go dumb on them. Okay. Last night, if you're looking at the euro pairs, you'll see that the euro came out with their CPI numbers. CPI, for those who are new, this is kind of like consumer, it means consumer price index, or better yet, it's basically saying customer inflation numbers. Okay. CPI, customer inflation numbers. In other words, how much extra is the customers having to pay for goods and services that they didn't have to pay before. This is a report card for any leader or president. So this is why I was telling you guys, I'm looking at this presidential election and I'm choosing to disconnect myself from it because I'm seeing that people are judging based on who they like personality wise, but they're not looking at the report card. This is the only report card if you are actually hiring a person for a job for the office of president. This is the number one thing that every American should be looking at. Every American. Okay. They should be looking right at this report, the CPI, because the CPI is the only real thing that the president or leader has done that personally impacts you. And that means that when they stepped into office, did your prices increase or did they decrease? Are you paying more in food, rent, gas, energy, so forth, childcare? You go down the list. The moment this person came in with their policies, did your life get more expensive or did it get cheaper? Type of 45 if y'all understand what I'm saying. And I know that's hard to disconnect from how you feel But this is how business people think, because you run a business and I don't have to like the person. I just need you to do a job for me. And as a business owner, you want to have the taxes lowered so that you can expand your business. Because if I have to pay more in business tax, that means there's less money I can put into my business to grow it. Because now the government says, I want more of what you make, even though they do nothing to help you to build the business. But the moment you make $1, here they come saying you need to pay your quote unquote fair share, right? So is that making my business better, or is you stepping in making my business worse? As an individual, is my rent, food, groceries, gas, and everything that has to do my electric bill, did everything go up the moment you stepped in versus when you weren't there? This is what the CPI, this is why this is an unknown report, and you guys need to keep this in mind if you're going to continue trading as a long-term career, because we look at inflation rates and that's important, but nobody really pays attention to this report right here, which is why the market jumps. Let me show you what I mean. So obviously, and I'm going to switch over to the charts. All right, let's go to some euro pairs and look what happened. Bow, look at that. CPI report. Okay, this one dropped a bit. Now it's recovering because of what's coming up. Look at that. Dropped like a freaking rock. You see that? See, dropped. Why? Customer inflation. That's what that is. Now, this is stable because it's stronger than the JPY, which is where you're getting this from. And this is anticipating what may happen with the dollar. Now, let's step into that discussion. Okay, give me 1 second. All right, very good. Very good, sir. Very good. Very good. Very good. All right, cool. All right, so now let's step into this discussion. Why is it that the euro JPY is still strong? Well, let me tell you what's possibly going to happen. And this is just my personal opinion. I'm not a guru. I'm not a financial expert, but I'm just sharing with you. Here's what I think may happen. What I think may happen is that the Feds are going to cut interest rates. The question is by how much? Or is it going to be a quarter point or half a point? Whatever it is, it's going to make the market shake and rattle and roll, in my opinion. This is just my opinion. But if they go more than what they say, it's really going to make the dollar drop. It's going to make that dollar drop like it's hot. Because remember what I told you guys, okay? And especially if you're new, you want to hear me really, really good on this. When a currency loses its value, then people will drop it like it's nothing, okay? Always remember that. So when a country announces they're lowering interest rates, meaning that if you hold my currency, you're going to make less money on it than if you go to a different country. So the moment a country announces, hey, we're lowering interest rates, meaning that you put your money into your savings account, you're not going to get paid more money. You're going to get paid what? Less money. That's what interest rates do. See, all this stuff impacts you guys, but nobody's explaining this to you. And so everybody's out there voting and saying all these different things and have no idea what they're talking about, and then complain about all the bad stuff that happened to them. Well, that's because you're not making sound decisions. So if the Feds come out today and say we're lowering interest rates, the dollar will probably drop. Okay. Now, if they say they are going to lower by a quarter point, it drops so much. If they say they're going to lower by half a point, means 0.50, boom, you're going to watch that dollar drop, in my opinion. Now, I could be wrong, but in my opinion, that thing going to drop. But here's the good news. The good news, what that means is the stock market and everybody else may rejoice. Here's the reason why. Because the financial restraints of me having to pay so much on interest for money, like a lot of companies like Home Depots and all the major companies, they run a business off of loans. Okay, they don't use their profits, they run their business off of loans. So that means the money just got cheaper. Give me 1 second. And I apologize, guys. I'm multitasking on this, but this is a major project I'm working on while I'm dealing with you guys. All right, there we go. So basically what happens is if I need to get a loan to do business, to expand my business, I can go to the bank and now I end up getting a deal where I'm getting a loan at a cheaper price. So yeah, businesses will grow and everything goes well. You'll also see real estate market increasing. Okay. Which I used to be a real estate agent in 2 states. So therefore, guess what? Now people are going back out and buying houses. Why? Because the loan just got cheaper. People go out and buy cars. Why? Because now I can get a loan at a cheaper interest rate. Type of 20 if this is all making sense to you guys. Because you're in the currency markets, you're trying to trade currency markets, you need to understand what is affecting the trades when you take them. Because some of you guys, you're just looking for price action, and you're looking for price action patterns, but you're not understanding why you need to stay away from news events. And I keep telling you, stay away from some of these news events because you can be in a live trade and the thing can go greatly in your favor, or it can go completely against you in a matter of seconds and blow your account. And nobody's explaining this. And even sometimes when I do explain this to people, some people still stubborn. They do what they want to do. But I'm just explaining it to you guys. Not only is it for your education on the currency markets, but this is how life is impacting you. Everybody's complaining about paying more out of their income, but they're not understanding you voted for some of this stuff. You volunteered for it because you just didn't like somebody. Okay, well then no, that's what you're gonna get. Because these policies, these are the ones that's affecting your trades and your personal life. They are one and the same. Now, why am I saying that? Going back to these JPY pairs, as I said, all of them are setting up pre-market. And if I was to trade pre-news, I would always use the Ocean Wave. The Ocean Wave so far has been the most, it's not 100% accurate, but it is the most accurate trading system for news, in my opinion. This is just me, and it's not because I built it. It's just back testing and looking at different news events, and it was like, dang, that thing was so accurate. It told you well in advance, and I've showed you guys many, many times where a news event came out, we checked the Ocean Wave, and boom, it was boom, on point. So it's showing that the JPY pairs could go up. Why is that? Because when the dollar drops, the JPYs go up. It's like a seesaw. When the JPYs go down, the dollar goes up. So they act as enemies. Okay. So when one goes down, one goes up. When the other one goes up, the other one goes down. So that means if we're looking at this prediction, according to the charts, what it's saying is that buyers are lining up and getting ready to buy the JPY. And that means there may be a sell-off with the US dollar. Everybody with me? Okay. Everybody with me? That's what it looks like. It's already getting set up. Okay. Now this is the US JPY, so I wouldn't fool with that one anyway. But look at this. Look at here. Look, see? Down, down. That's what it's looking like. Okay. This one is neutral, so we don't know. Because it's the CAD. It's sitting sideways. So I don't know. To be honest, let's check gold. Oh, gold is still, look, it did that dipperty-doo. It's doing the dipperty-doo. Went up, pulled back, bounced off the main wave. And it still looked like it got upward momentum. I can even see the W pattern, which means upward as well. But again, we don't know for certain. Let's check it on the 15-minute. Nope, what'd I tell y'all? Look at these green bars. What'd I tell you? Sitting right there. See? Everybody seeing this? Type of 40 if you're seeing this. So it's kind of like sports betting. That's a good way of looking at it. This is sports betting. Okay. Everybody, we're sports betting. Okay. We're giving our prediction based on price action of who? Investors, those who are pre-setting up. Gold look like it can pop. But again, this is just what it is. It's sports betting because we don't know. So it's a gamble. We don't know. So that's why for me, I'd rather stay out of it. But if I had to choose, yes, I'll be doing a buy right here because I got a confirmation there on the 15-minute. Love the setup on this pullback right here to the main wave, bounced off of it, and it's looking like it can go up. The JPYs are looking like they can go up, and the USD Swiss looking like it's going to drop, which is a nemesis that goes in the opposite direction of the US Euro, the Euro USD. And you can see the Euro USD talking about, watch this, correlating pairs. Whichever direction the Euro USD go, the USD Swiss goes in the opposite. Write that in your notes in case nobody ever told you. Okay. Whatever direction the Euro USD go, the USD Swiss goes in the opposite. So that's one thing you need to know. So it looks like as far as sports betting, look like this could pop to the moon and this could drop to the flow. Okay, let's check GU, GBP USD. See, look at GU. See, and it predicted it way back here. Look at this. Okay, but again, we still have to wait and see for the news itself, because then they could come out and say something completely shocking that nobody anticipated, and that will cause this to go in the wrong direction. Okay. Let me see something. Did it come out already? Wait. Let's see. No, it didn't come out yet. Okay, cool. All right. So we got another, what, 4 hours, 4.5 hours before this comes out. Okay. All right. So, family, here's what I want to do today. Something different. What I want to do is, how many of you guys took trades this week, type of one in the box or type of one in the, and if you're in the YouTube watching me now, and I know we're going to have a lot more people watching me later on YouTube. So thank you very much for all the hundreds who come back later and watch the videos and the trainings every week. I appreciate you guys. But if you're in YouTube, there is a link. You can go ahead and click in it in any one of my videos, and you can come into the Zoom class live. And at this point, what I want to do is, if you've taken any trades this week and you have questions about them, why don't we just do that instead? Let's just go to it and say, hey, here's some trades that I took, Uncle P. What would you have, what's your thoughts on it? What's your analysis? Would you have taken this trade or not taken this trade? So why don't we do that and just do question and answer period? So if you have a question on any trades you took this week, go ahead and raise your hand if you're in the Zoom, and I'll be more than happy to help with that. And let's do that so we can participate and chitter chat while we're waiting on this news event. And I want to say thanks for everybody who's here and attending. Thank you very much. Thank you. And also my copycat family members, thank you guys very much. Thank you. Because I know that it was like, hey, where's some trades, man? I want some more trades. But again, I talked to the team and I was like, hey, we got a few trades hanging out, but especially for the US 30, I was saying, hey, why don't we just hold up and let this thing pass, just to make absolutely certain that there's no news that's going to hit our portfolios. And so I know it's kind of hard to say, man, I'm going some more trades coming in. I get that, but safety is better. We don't want to just give up profits because, we want what we want, like spoiled babies. Okay. And also, while I'm waiting for hands, I want to also say thank you for those who watch my video. I was showing you guys because people are like, yeah, with the US 30, it is the most expensive instrument that you can trade on the market. But like I told you guys, and you can clearly see, I was trading with a $25 account with a 0.01 lot size. And all I was risking was 8 cents on a $25 account. So there's no reason for nobody not to be able to trade or to say, hey, my account going to get blown. With $25, how many 8-cent trades can I take? Let's take a look at that real quick. Okay. 25 divided by 0.08. Oh, I didn't do that right. Hold on. 25 divided by 8 equals what? No, that ain't right either. Let's round it up to 10. I was never, it's amazing I'm in this and I'm not the best at math. Let's do it like this, 0.10 times 25. Okay. And there you go. So 25 times, if I had 10 cents per trade, that means I can lose 25 times in a row. I would have to lose 25 times in a row. Okay. Isn't that right? Did I do my math right? Okay. I would have to lose 25 times in a row. And that never happened. Give me 1 second. All right. Gotcha. Bing, bing. Bing, bing. All right. Okay. Any hands? Nobody have any questions for me? No questions today? All y'all in traded this week and nobody has a single question on the trade that you want me to look at with you? That's very interesting. Okay, we got a hand. Cool. Reg, go ahead and unmute.
Hmm.
Hi, Reg.
How you doing?
All right, how are you, man?
I'm all right. Well, just so we're clear, I'm not taking anything until maybe after everything blows over. So
Yeah,
I just said, you know what? I'll let me just keep my computer off and
yeah.
just wait till everything blows over. So
Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good one.
okay, all right. So because I have not even looked at it all this week.
Oh, okay, well, good, good, good. And one thing I've always liked about you, now you're very disciplined, and you're more disciplined than me, to be honest. That's one of the hardest things for me to do, Reg, and it still is. It's still a struggle, but you get slapped upside your head enough, you know, life would become your teacher. I always say stubborn people always lose, and life becomes their teacher. So good job, man. I appreciate that. Thank you for sharing.
I just wanted to point that out. I was like, I
Yeah.
looked at the news, I looked at the Sunday video, and I saw all that news. I said, okay, maybe I should just, wait maybe Thursday because
Yep.
Thursday is actually a better time to trade for me at least because I like doing the reversals.
Yep. Yep.
So
Yep.
just for the record, I said, you know what? I'm just gonna wait. Just
Yeah.
wait.
Yeah.
And that also brought about my number one weakness, my number one personal weakness.
And what is that?
I'm very impatient.
But you don't act like it. You got more patience than me. Be honest, watch this, Reg. How many of you guys could go a whole 4 days without taking a trade? Or let me rephrase the question. Watch this, Reg. Let me rephrase the question. How many of you cannot go 4 days straight without taking a single trade and it bothers you? If that bothers you that you can't take a trade for 4 straight days, type a 50 in the box. Let's watch this, Reg.
It's three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah. Come on, come fast. Come on, come fast. Come fast. Come fast. And let me be honest, I can't do it either.
Oh my God. Not even with the tradings,
I
not even
can't.
with the new tsunami that's coming out this week.
I can do it for today. See, I'm okay with doing it for today. For 24 hours, I'm good. But when you start talking about 4 whole days, bro, you in a whole different category of discipline. Got me itching. What am I going to do with my time? I got to do something. And that's the problem. Now people start forcing trades that shouldn't be taken and this and that. That's why. So yeah, it's an issue. It's an issue. So like I said, man, hey, two thumbs up and congrats, Reg, because you're in your own category to be able to even hold and be patient enough to say, I'm going to wait until the whole storm blows over. Now, I don't care how many days. In fact, do you know we had a couple of people uh uh who got upset and canceled the copycat service the last 2 days because we didn't take some trades. We trying to protect your behind, and they still get mad. Y'all hear what I'm saying? Because we didn't trade for the last 2 days. Now you've been making money all this time. I already told you we're gonna hold up, and they get mad. Well, bye, bye. Go ahead and do you. That's why you're not making no money.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, serious. That's what
Oh,
I'm telling you. People are shady. They just addicted. And if we don't have their addiction and we actually use wisdom to actually protect your profits, then I don't want your service. Okay, then bye. 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 See, that's what I'm saying. You're in a whole different category. It's amazing. Yeah, but that's what happened. That's what happened. People got pissed because I said in advance, hey, we're gonna hold up for the next day or two. And I showed them the news. I said, here's what's coming, and they don't care. They want to trade, 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 trade. Okay, then bye. We're not the right service for you. We're not the right service because the same trades that y'all getting is the same trades I'm getting, and I don't want my portfolio put at risk because of you wanting us to just trade just because you're a tradeaholic and you wonder why you'll never be able to leave that job. Okay. So anyway, yeah, Rel, if you have a question, just raise your hand and I'll get to you. All right, Rich, let me get to the next hand. I appreciate you, brother.
thank you.
Thank you. Reg, he reminds me of one of my trading mentors years ago. And I never forget, he would literally wait all week long for the perfect setup that he was looking for. But when he saw the setup, he would go hard in the paint. And when I say go hard, he would make $10,000 to $25,000 on one trade because that was the one he was looking for. He was very, very picky and patient. Now, and this is something I meant to tell you guys, because I actually recorded a video that I was going to share with you guys about what I've learned about particular traders, and they all have this one thing in common. And I'm going to share it with you guys, and I may post it on YouTube later. But excuse my terms, and Liz, I'm going to get to you next, okay? And the other person, I see your hand, so I'll get to you momentarily. But listen to me, and I'm going to say this here because they can't ban me or do something. But I was kind of concerned about putting it on YouTube. But the best way to describe it is these people who I know, when it comes to trades, they are kind of like serial killers. And I know that sounds funny, but hear me what I mean by that. They have a serial killer mindset. A serial killer is very calculated, very cold, very, very just, you know what I mean? They just cold. They just stalk their prey. In other words, they don't just do something on the fly. See, in the hood, you piss somebody off, step on their shoe, they very what we call impulsive, which is where we get impulse moves in the market, which is what we're expecting today. News come out, instant impulsive action. Okay. People just impulsive. That's different. These people are very calculated, and they zero in, and they're very cold, and they will stalk that thing, and they will wait. And they will wait, and they will check on it and keep watching it, checking its patterns, and they will just watch it. And typically, they only will trade like a few things, maybe 1, 2, or 3 instruments, because they have stalked those things so bad until they just know every breathing moment, almost to the T, exactly what you're going to do. And they're willing to wait for days at a time before they actually take a single trade or a hit on that thing. And this is some of those people that you guys watch on YouTube. You don't know them personally, but some of them I know them. And yes, they have murderous intent when it comes to the market. But as soon as the trade is over, they wild out like normal people. And they have the ability to just turn off that stalker, predator, serial killer mindset when it comes to the market. They turn it off, and then boom, they go back, and as soon as the trades are over, they out having fun, they goofy, they doing things they ain't got no business. They just completely different. So it's got like they are schizophrenic. They have a Jekyll and Hyde type of personality. When it comes to these markets, they are very calculated, very disciplined, very patient, and they will stalk that thing and wait and wait and wait. And the moment the trades are over, they go out and they become normal people again. Isn't that amazing? And I know a lot of different traders, and they're all doing the same thing, the successful ones. Now, in contrast to that, and Liz, I'm going to bring you on, go ahead and unmute. In contrast to that, the majority of traders that I know, which are retail traders, have the very opposite personality when it comes to the charts. They're very highly emotional. They're very impulsive. They are not patient. They don't really study the pair to really understand its behavioral patterns. What's the best sessions to trade it in? What's the best this? What's the best that? They don't take the time to actually study. They just kind of like speed dating. Okay. They're speed daters. They jump in and out. They're in and out multiple times all day long. They just got to be. And those people who canceled the service, not saying we didn't make them profit. We're making you profits, and you still cancel because we did not trade for 2 days, for 48 hours, or you couldn't even wait 48 hours, even with the warning that a storm is coming. See, that's the typical retail trader, which is why prop firms are so successful, because they've drawn in a lot of retail traders who don't have the ability to be patient and wait for good setups. So they know that you're going to pay these fees and they're not going to have to give you anything back. So it's kind of like free money. So that's the reason why we're seeing brokers now stepping in and saying, well, heck, we're already getting money from them on these trades on the trading platform. Why don't we cash in on these people with the prop side? So we'll be broker / prop firm because we know they don't have discipline. Are y'all hearing what I'm saying? Type of 100 if you hear what I'm saying. This is the real difference between successful Forex traders or whatever market you want to trade. This is the biggest difference between retail traders who constantly fail versus those who you're watching on YouTube succeed. They are not different from you. They are not. I was in a meeting last night with a trader who I highly respect. Sent me all their tutorial videos just to look at what they did. And they are literally doing nothing but drawing up support and resistance lines and a trend line. And then from there, they wait. Literally. And their success rate is through the roof. But they only trade one pair too. So if there's no good trades, they just don't trade. They don't force trades. Yeah, I was in a meeting with somebody last night. Very simple. There's another one who I know if I mention him, y'all all would know who he is. And realistically, and I'm part of his group. And when you sit in that group with him, guess what he's doing? The same thing like the person last night. They simply drop support and resistance in the trend line and they wait. And they're called breakout traders. So the moment that price breaks out of that range, they hop into the trade. Or basically a SpongeBob SquareHead. That's all they're looking for. Consolidation, breakout. And they draw the lines on consolidation pairs. As soon as it breaks out, they're in the trade. And that's it. And they're making a boatload of money. That's all they're doing. They wait. Okay. Liz, go right ahead.
Hey, good morning, Uncle
Good
Pete.
morning, Liz, and thank you for your patience.
That's okay. And Super EZ family, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Well, since we're taking questions,
Mhm.
I wanted to maybe ask some questions about the ocean wave system to understand it a little better. I'm
Mhm.
getting kind of confused sometimes, because I was so used to the candles being full sides, and then when you squinch them up like that,
Yep.
I get confused a little bit. So I'm trying to break through that.
Yeah. Give me 1 second. And by the way, I'm listening and I'm multitasking at the same time because I got this project I'm working on with this person, and but I'm hearing and watching everything at the same time. So go right ahead. Yeah. So do you want me to explain?
So, Uncle P, yeah, in any pair, but I normally turn on my system Sunday just to look for some pairs on the ocean wave because of the trend continuation from Sunday to Tuesday, right?
That's correct.
And so for the analysis, I've gotten totally used to the sexy analyst, but the ocean wave, I'm still like, what am I looking for? Let me see. I know we got the time frame arrows, we got the MACD, and I'm trying to get a better picture to use it more for the continuation trade.
Sure. All right. So here's what I want you to do. Everybody, here's what I want you to do. Let me find NZDJPY for an example. And let me take this out of the way. And we're going to fix this right now, real fast, quick, in a hurry for you. All right. I'm going to move my trend line. Take a screenshot of that.
Hold on, just a minute, Uncle Pete.
I'm not going to budget. I'm going to do what I'm doing over here. Every person who has the ocean wave or desire to use the ocean wave, do me a favor, take a picture. Take a picture of this. This is exactly a Mona Lisa setup that I would take if it wasn't for news. Take a picture. Everybody take a picture, please. This is exactly why I started this meeting with this, because this is exactly what Uncle P would be looking for. This is actually perfect. You have your half and half. You already got your higher time frame saying what?
Going up.
What is this saying? Boom, 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 boom.
Buy.
Is MACD saying? Is it above the red line or the zero line? That's all. There you go. We got a fresh arrow. If we back that thing up to the 15-minute, pull it down. See, I pull it down like this because guess what? Let me show you the problem if you don't. Okay, watch this, guys, because I want you guys to understand this. Here's it's what makes trading confusing. See all this accordion stuff? It looks crazy. See what I'm saying? I don't know what the heck is going on. As soon as I pull that thing up and flatten them cheeks out, guess what? Butter smooth. I can see you now. See, butter smooth. I'll show you again. Okay. You want to hover in between your lower indicator and right here, and it'll pull up the ability for you to separate these. See all this? Now, still below the line, but all this jumping around got me concerned. So for me, and again, this is not a requirement. You don't have to. But for me, when I pull it that tight, look at that. Butter smooth. I can see exactly where you're going. Now, if I was in this buy, butter smooth. See what I'm saying?
Yes.
Smooth. No doubt what I see. So therefore, guess what? I can easily take this trade, put my stop underneath the blue line, or you can drop it back to the 15-minute and put it below the main wave right here. Okay. And let me do something. Give me a second, you guys. All right, let me move that person. And then lock it. There you go. All right, cool. So that's what I would do. Perfect. This is it. This is what we're looking for.
Yes.
This is what we're looking for.
So
Okay.
I think that the MACD, most of the time for a stronger signal, if it's a buy, the MACD would be above the 0 line.
That's it. Yeah, we don't make this complicated. At least from the 1 minute to the 30, we should be looking for, and this has been training, so make sure this is all. I don't even need this up here because guess what? As this thing continues to go, it's going to turn like this is why this is turned to an X. This X, like I was saying in the tutorials, this means indecision now. At first, this was a sell, but now it's an indecision. Why? Because the strength is coming in saying, who's in control now? Sellers or buyers?
Okay, buyers.
Buyers, you got it, sis. So from the 1 minute, the 5 minute, 15 minute, 30 minute, it's starting to say more and more buyers are coming in. We have a buy arrow. MACD is above the 0 line, which confirms that the flow of the money is coming in where? Into the buy direction. When the money is going out, like it did here, look what happened. You can do a crosshair. Arrow was down. MACD was below the 0 line. Look at this. Arrow comes in. MACD is where? Above the 0 line. Simple.
Right.
Well, I love it. That's why this is simple. And especially you want to pick, like I always tell you guys, pick the smoothest running pairs. They're going to run a little bit slower, but they are kind of like just simple, give me free money with the ocean wave. Give me my money. Okay. One trade can pay for the whole ocean wave system. Why? Because look at what happened before this just took place. This arrow just came. So what was going on all this time from here? And you could have just been fading out, as it was going along. But that was to here, that was 350 pips. One trade.
To the downside.
To the downside, yeah. So by the time this arrow came in, look, the arrow came in, you still up 200 pips. Now, let me show you by pulling this down and you'll see it better because I got it scrunched up. But let me show you this so you can see what happened. So from this arrow you got in to this arrow right here, where you getting out, that's 244 pips. And then you just flip the script and go to the other side with your profits. And now you take the money and go the other way. Just as simple. 2 trades. One.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. See, so when I scrunch like this, you can't tell. It don't look like much money. But when I do like this, you can see how deep this thing fell. Watch this. Let me do it like this. Look at this from the up arrow. Okay, watch this. See all that accordion stuff? I don't like that. I don't like that look. That's why I scrunch it up. But you can still see. Even from here, oops, I'm sorry. Let me do this. Pull it back. From here. So you got in and went to a pullback and just retested the main wave. That's all it did. But look at it. And people would have jumped out and freaked out right here. Your stop is below here, but they would have jumped out. Why? Retailers. Okay. And look at all this money you would have missed out on. That right there is already at 272 pips to that point. And then it kept going. So to its peak, and let me shrink it so we can actually calculate from one arrow to that side. All right. So from this arrow originally, oh man, I'm in drawdown. Then that thing popped up and look, by the time the next arrow came in, that was 162 pips, but at its peak, That was 270, 280 pips that you missed out on. Just leaving it alone. See, it just runs.
Okay. So I think now I see, if you go back to the present price at the end.
Mhm.
So the MACD, kind of like, you can leave it small like you have it, but you can just check the MACD out and that'll tell you.
Yeah. Or just wait for the next arrow. Just wait till
And the arrow.
oh yeah, just wait.
Okay.
Or just see where it hit the blue. You can get out there, for early jump out if you want to, because once it hits neutral zone, that means typically that's a transition, that's consolidation. We built that in so that you can kind of identify when there's a possible change of direction or consolidation. So at any time you can get out early, or you can just hold it to the change of the next arrow. It's totally up to you, but I'm just saying you have a really, really smooth running time if you just use the ocean wave with the JPY pairs and the CHF pairs. Because they run the smoothest. Why? Because the CHF, and this is why people who try to trade reversal trades, which I suggest to you guys, don't do that, okay? Reversal trades, don't do it on the CHF pairs. They're very hard to do. Why? Because the CHF pairs are a trend trading pair. The JPY is a trend trading pair. Those are the two top trend trading pairs. They may do pullbacks and all that stuff, but they are very, very mindful of the trend that stays in it longer than the other pairs do. So that's why I say, hey, if you're going to get the ocean waves, just stick with, test it out, the JPY pairs and the CHF pairs for now. And since you got a fresh arrow on the JPY pairs, if the news does not impact it, this would be what I would be just sticking with. I would just stick with those and say, okay, let me just, play with those for a little while and let it run. Yeah, I sure would.
Okay, thanks, Uncle P. I got the snapshot, so I'll do some
Here's
homework on that this weekend.
Here's what it looks like on the 15-minute. And again, you can see why I scrunch it, because now I can see the smoothness. I can see the smoothness. And you can see this is late to the game, but it's still close to the main wave and hasn't popped up yet. So even if you got off the 15-minute, and this is a good example. Look, the 1 minute is in agreement now. The 5 minutes in agreement now. Who else is in agreement now?
15 minutes.
And see, these are now not down arrows. These are what? X's. X's represents we don't know. Now we got to change our mind. We're thinking about it because it was in the down direction. But now, guess what? I think I'm going to have to change my mind. And as price action continues, this is going to change to an up arrow. And so will this. That's why we have the X there to let you know indecision has now come to these time frames, because they were strong believers of the downtrend. But since market buyers are coming in, guess what? Now they're in indecision, and eventually they'll flip over like this one did, to now where the 30-minute is now in agreement, because you got the 30-minute arrow. And now look, it's no longer X on that one. It turned green to a buy.
Okay, I got it, Uncle P.
That was good. Thanks, sis. I appreciate you. Thank you for your patience too. All right, let's go to this person. I don't see a name, Zoom user. Go ahead and unmute.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. So I am in 3 trades.
Okay.
And I did a 30-minute and a 4-hour.
Okay.
And this is like my real money, and it's a little account. So I just want you to give me your opinion on it.
All right. Yeah, no worries.
Okay. So I got USD CHF.
Okay. What system are you using? Are you using the Simplicity Sexy, or are you using the Ocean Wave?
Ocean Wave.
Okay, cool. So USD CHF?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Gotcha.
Oh, mine don't look like that. Hold on.
What time frame?
USD CHF.
Mm-hmm. That's what this is.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, no worries. Take your time.
USD, where does it go? CH. Okay, let's go with this one first so I can find this one. This one is already up on me. AUD USD. I got that one up already.
AU. Mm-hmm. All right, so there's
Okay.
15-minute. Look at that. Ooh, look at all that money, boy.
So I got in this one yesterday.
Okay.
And like I said, I got a little bitty account, so it ain't making a lot, but it's in profit. So that's my main thing.
Yeah.
Is I know what I'm doing, but I don't know, do I stay in it until the arrow changes, or
Well, for today, to be honest with you, I wouldn't be in anything. I would be
Okay.
everything because again, the biggest problem is what's going to happen today.
Okay. So news coming out.
Got it. So here's what you can do. You can either take some profits off the table and then just let the rest roll, let it do what it do, or you can
Okay.
take what you have and just say, thank you, Jesus, and then use today as a learning lesson for next time.
Okay.
But
Okay.
here's the point, though. Here's the point. Are you in profit?
Yes.
So here's the deal with these serial killer traders. Okay. They also started just like us with hardly no money. They all got, that's why people are entertained by their stories on YouTube because we hear those stories of how they started. They post pictures of where they worked at a part-time job and this and that. Now we're looking at their luscious lifestyle and this, and I mean, the legitimate traders.
Uh-huh.
But when we saw their original picture and they were starting out, how much was in their account at that time?
Right.
See, it wasn't about the money. It was about the process. And they learned the routine. And then, like for an example, I'm working on a project right now with this person, and this person is in Poland. So I do apologize, you guys, that I'm doing double duty, but I'm working on a project with a person in Poland on a whole different trading type of platform. But because it's in Poland and we're working together, I have to, do it during this time. And forgive me for that. But guess what? We just entered 2 trades on something totally different that won't be impacted by this news event. And I'm using a very small account and it just made me 2 profitable trades. Okay. But I'm using a very small amount. I can always add more money at any time, or I can just simply let this account grow. So it's not about, and that's the whole point with this person. I really don't care about, whether I made a lot or made a little, I'm trying to learn what is in their mind. I'm trying to pick their brain for knowledge. Okay. So the point is you can start with a small amount and let the account grow. Why? It's going to automatically grow based on what you know. Write that in your notes, sis.
Okay.
Right? Okay. Everybody write this in your notes. It's going to automatically grow based on what you know. And that's
Okay.
a life lesson. Based on what you know, your life can grow. So in other words, because you're now working on the systematic process of what to look for, just like Liz, great questions. Why? She's looking for what is the systematic process? What would you be doing? What would you be looking for? And once you start seeing that, you come every single week and keep doing the exact same thing. So is it about the money, or will the money automatically grow if you stick to a routine?
Yes.
Yeah, you'll have some losing trades here or there, but the routine itself has proven that over time you will be successful. So automatically, it's not about the money. You'll grow.
Okay. Yep. Yep. It's not at this point. I don't want to lose it, but I
But
want the process. And I got my little like 0.01 and all that. So I'm good with that. I just want to know if I'm thinking about it the right way. Like I got in,
yes.
on good information.
Now, what did you do? Tell me what did you take a sell or a buy on the USD Swiss?
On the USD,
CHF.
AUD, USD,
No,
I did.
Mhm.
Say it again.
No, on the USD CHF.
USD, CHF, I took a sale.
Okay, let's go look at it. See if she's right, everybody. If she's right, everybody type a 100 in the box, okay? She says she's going to take a sale. Let's go behind door number 2. Did she do the right thing, everybody? Type a 100 if she did. The surveys are out. Oh, there they go. Look at there. Yes, you did the right thing. Yes, you took a sale.
Okay.
All right. Why did you take this sale? Tell
Because
everybody.
all the arrows were red. That's all I did. I just looked at the arrows and I did the 30-minute and I did the 4-hour.
Okay, let's check the 4-hour. Okay. What direction is the 4-hour in, everybody? Everybody, what is the 4-hour direction? Okay, going back to the 30-minute. So she used the 4-hour for confirmation of trend direction, a big trend from trend direction. She went and got in on the arrow on the 30-minute. Then these down here said sell. Okay. And at the time of entry, where's the MACD? Is it below the red line or below the 0 line? I just made mine's red. You guys can change your color, by the way. All right, let me go in here and show you my setting. See, I put a level in here, 0, and I changed the color to red, rojo. Okay. Rojo. I did go to school for a couple of years to learn Spanish and still can't speak it well. Ain't that crazy, sis? It's all that money learning Spanish, and because I wasn't fluent in it, speaking it all the time, I ended up, not remember. But I remember some things. Like if I'm thirsty, agua con ellos. Now, that's water with ice. I want some ice water. I'm thirsty. So I remember the food ones. All right, so let's look at how simple this was for her. Here's your 30-minute arrow and stand just at the top. Okay, you got a 30-minute arrow. Then over here, she went to the 4-hour. Now, again, sometimes the 4-hour may not match up, but it just is stronger confirmation that the trend is really your friend, okay? Because the 4-hour is matching the 30, okay? So we have that. And then all of these arrows down here is telling you all time frames is saying down, down, down. And at the time of the entry, we have the MACD below the red. So we got 1, 2, 3. It's a 1, 2, 3 system. Congratulations.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna get out though today. I'm gonna get out after so and just wait.
Right.
Okay.
Here's what I want you to do, just for entertainment purposes. What I want you to do is to keep an eye on this, though, to say, if I was on vacation and in these trades when the news came out, would they have made me more profit, or should I have gotten out ahead of the time? Okay, that's what I want. How it plays out. That's what I'm wanting everybody to do who have the Ocean Wave. See how these play out. It's going to be entertaining to see.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, sis. All right. Anybody else? Good stuff. See? Anybody else? Now we got all these people who traded and ain't in just a few hands. Now, again, let me go back over to this because that was a great job. If you're going to look for Ocean Wave trades and you want even more confirmation, yeah, that's really good that she went to multiple time frames to verify, and you can clearly see everything was lining up. So those are very, very strong trends. These are going to be the ones that, hold on one second. Let's see. So these right here, when you go to the higher time frame, because see the higher time frame hasn't hit yet, so you're going to face those two. Okay, so you can choose, and that's because this is now switching over. That's where these indecision candles or I'm sorry, these indecision X's are coming in, because it was automatically on the higher time frames a downtrend, but now they're starting to change their mind. That's why you're seeing these X's. So you may get either or. So if you want the ones with the strongest downtrend, then choose like the one she did where everything is lined up. And there you go. Okay. Okay. Everything is lined up. So it's no right or wrong on either one. It's just up to you. Okay. All right. All right. Any other hands? Because if not, we'll close class and we're done for today. Any other hands? Any others? Any others? Okay. Going once. Going twice. Okay. Okay. Wait, we have another person. Go ahead and unmute.
Okay, it's me one more time. Since you don't have questions, I gotta.
Sure.
So one other thing. So I'm in Market Watch, right?
Okay.
And so I have a lot of symbols.
Yes.
And I'm clicking on it to do buys and sales and stuff.
Okay.
And then I found out that all of my symbols I need, well, not all of them, they're like intertwined with like stuff that's in bold with .fx, and the top is like I can't click it to do anything. Why do I have all of that and I can't use it?
Yeah.
You know
So
what I'm
you
saying?
have a lot of folders. Watch this. Okay. So anywhere in this area, you can right click, go to symbols.
Symbols.
Okay. Now you see all these little folders where you can pop that little push on the plus button, and then it'll show you all these different symbols.
Right.
But some of these may not be useful for your broker. They just put all of them in there. Okay. Like
Okay.
you got Forex pairs, and then you got Forex dot. So if I click in here, it's showing some more pairs in here.
Okay.
And you got FP Forex down here, which is only one, which is the shekel, which is on Israel.
Okay.
Okay. But what you can do is just come in here and you can actually click on the ones you want to add. See, just highlight it. If it's see where it says you should show this dollar sign, and mine's
right.
but this one is showing clear white. That means it's not in my list. So you can highlight on the ones you want and click on show, or you can come in here, and if you have pairs that's in here that you don't want, you can click on them and unremove or remove them. Okay.
Okay.
Uncheck them, tell them. So for an example, if Bitcoin wasn't here, I can click on Bitcoin, and instead of it showing show, it say, do you want to hide it? And you can click on hide, and it'll go ahead and hide it from that list. Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right. Now, that's one thing you can do. Now, another thing you can do, you can just go right here on these pairs and right click on it. And you see it says you can hide it, and you can hide it from there. And see, I just hit silver. I don't trade silver, so I just hit it. Or you did all clicked and clicked on.
Click hide. Okay.
Now, if you want to start fresh, then you can click hide all of them, and it'll clean up all of this, take them all away. And then you can come in here and right click, go to symbols, and you open each one of these folders and click and say show, click show, go to the next folder and start your own fresh list based on what you want.
Okay.
All right. Now, one last thing that I always do that most people don't do. You asked me to show you USD CHF. I know exactly where it is in my list. You know why? I don't have the problem you dealing with. You want to know why?
Because you have it pulled. Oh, you alphabetize it. That's why.
You're all going right. That's exactly what I do. That's the first thing I do when I open up a new MT4. I got to have everything alphabetized. Okay. Now here's how you do that. Once you start adding what you want on this list, then all you have to do, watch this, and I'm gonna mix it up. I'm just gonna make it real random. Okay. Just make it messy. This will drive me crazy. Because like I'm working with this person here, and I got to have my stuff in order. Okay. Why? Because we're doing things that fast. Okay. I got to know what things are. So a lot of you guys, this is what yours is looking like when you come into your MT4. So I'll say, hey, go to your USD CHF, and you down there like, okay, where is that at? Where is that at? And
right. Yep.
Am I right?
Yes.
Right. Wasting precious time. Okay. So the first thing I do is I come in here, I right click, and I pick out the symbols I want to add, except take out the ones I don't. Because the ones I don't want, I just right click in here and just say, hey, hide this one. Like I said, if I didn't want this one to show, I'll just click on it and click hide and see it'll delete it off the list. Or if they gave me a list like yours and it's just completely a mess, then I just click on hide all and start fresh. And then I'll go right in here, right click again, go to symbols, pick out the ones I want. Boom. Hey, add me this one, click show. And now you can see that's there. Okay. Once I have all I want, the first thing I'm going to do is start advertising. How do I do that? You just click on the symbol. You see it turn blue, and just go down on your left mouse and drag it in place. So all my pairs, see, I'll drag them to the top. C pairs are next. Watch this. And look how fast this takes. Okay. This is USD pairs you deserve belong down here. All right. Euro pairs, you go up here. Yeah, all right. AUDs, you up here. Okay. NZDs, you down here. See, look how fast it's taking me. NZD, you a NZD, get down here. Okay. USC, you go up here. You a G, you go below the euros. This is gold. You can get down here. Okay. This is G pair. You belong here. All right. And let's go through it. Oh, one out of place. There you go. Let's go through it again. And everything is in order. How long did that take me?
Shoot, shorter than me.
Yeah. I'm not trying to make it a space race, but you can see it will take but a few minutes just to drag and drop everything in order. So now when I say, hey, can you take a look at USD? And somebody gave me this. This is why I never gave it to you guys. I mean, there are simple changers out there, but it's not this one. And I can't give it to you guys because I didn't get permission to give it to you guys or to give it away. But somebody, since I teach classes, it was given to me, it was a gift. So that's why I have this. But here's the problem with this. This symbol changer mimics exactly how I have these letters. So if these letters are out of order, this is out of order, and it does me no good either.
Oh, because I was going to ask you that next. How did you get that nicely down there? Okay.
And simply given because I teach class like you, I get a lot of questions when I'm doing videos and stuff. So I have to get in and out of pairs really, really quick. Do you need? No, you don't, because all you can do is still do this. Once you have everything, Just
Right.
drag it, drop it on the charts, drop it like it's hot. See, same thing. It's
Yeah.
the same. But for me, since I'm doing teaching and videos, it helps me to go much, much faster. That's all it
Okay.
does.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you very much. All righty. Okay, you guys. Well, I guess I'm going to be ending class here because I also got another appointment and some things to do. So thank you very much for attending. And like I said, if you are in, I would just use this day as an observing day, as a day of observance. Okay. Um, let's see. Yeah, just use it as a day of observance and just watch and see what happens. If you have the ocean wave system or you have the simplicity sexy system, see which one worked out during this news event. And next time, if you decide, well, I don't mind taking a minimal amount of risk on the trade to see how it's going to work out for me. And if as long as you're comfortable with the fact that, hey, it may go against me and I'm okay with playing this because you just want to do sports betting instead because you ain't like Reggie who can sit on his hands for 4 days and chill and say, I can wait until this news is passed. If you just got to be in trades, okay, then that's fine. Here's what you do. Go ahead and do your sports betting, but now you're using logic because you say, okay, which one of these based on what I saw this week with the most important news event of all. This is the Mona Lisa Mecca news event that's coming out today. There's no bigger news event that comes out every month, and this happens every month. Okay, it's not a one-time thing. Every month, the feds are going to come out and tell you whether they're raising, lowering interest rates. But since we already know they're probably going to do something today, the entire market is the entire world, basically, the global markets are on standby because whatever happens today, even in the Asian session, the Sydney sessions, the London session, the Frankfurt sessions, when they open up, they're going to have reactions too, which is why it's best to wait 24 hours. I know I say during most news events, you want to wait 30 minutes to an hour. This one is different. Okay. This is one of those you want to let a whole 24-hour session pass because every market that opens afterwards, which is again the Sydney session, then you got the Japanese session, the JPY session or the Asian session, then you got the Frankfurt session opening, and then you got the London session opening. It's going to have an echo ripple effect across all of them. All of them. Because the dollar is the only globally accepted currency that can be accepted almost anywhere in the world. That's the reason why this news event is going to be so big. The JPY can release interest rate news. The Swiss franc, the CHF can release news, and there will be no global impact to nobody. None. Okay. Why? Because it's only accepted in their country. But the dollar is accepted globally. And because it's accepted globally, every country that's accepting these dollars has to deal with the impact of the value of their dollar. That is the reason why this is such a big behemoth of a news event. Type of amen if you understood what I said. It's different. Whatever happens to the dollar happens to it globally because right now it's the global currency. Okay. All right. Send an email. I don't answer that in here. I don't answer that one. So anyway, yeah, Dre, just send the email, please. So here's the deal. This is why, and this is just a side note. Okay, side note. You're hearing about these countries like trying to create. Okay, they might have sent you an answer. Yeah, okay. All right, cool. You guys hear about Brexit? Brexit, well, not Brexit. What is it? Yeah, the Brexit. No. What is it? What is the name of that? Yeah, I think it is Brexit, right? The global currency, Brazil, Russia, BRICS. Thank you, William. Brexit. That was German a couple of years ago. BRICS, the BRICS. Okay, you heard about BRICS. It's silently still in play. The BRICS. BRICS is all these different countries: Brazil, Russia, India, China, and I forgot what the S is for. It represents a country, South Africa, one of those, whatever. But anyway, Those letters BRICS actually are actual BRICS is actual countries. Those letters represent the first countries that's coming together to formulate a global currency that will work outside of the United States dollar. And if they actually accomplish that, then the dollar itself is going to Brazil, South Africa. See, I know I was right. Thank you, William. South Africa. That's what the S is for. Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. However, that's what they call it BRICS, but you already have a bunch of other countries that signed on to the deal. So behind the scenes, what they're trying to do is get rid of the dollar completely and create their own one world currency. Okay. And therefore, what happens is, like right now, we're the superpower. We're the number one country in the world. That's why we have the ability to go in other countries and do what we're doing. And sometimes I agree because you got to support some that's being terrorized. But, others, we just not mind our own business. Either way it goes, we can afford to do it because why? We have the dominant currency currently right now. That's what's going on. But they're working to create a global currency that works outside of the dollar. And if they actually accomplish that, guess what happens to the United States? Overnight, turns into a third world country. Just like that, overnight. So while you're voting, and this is why I'm staying out of it, because people don't really understand they're voting for who they like versus who they need to prevent this situation. And it's fast-tracked. It fast-tracked itself over the last 3.5 years. And you got to ask yourself, why did that happen? Well, because we got people who sound good, but they don't understand how money works. Business people understand money. So if you have leaders who don't run a business and never ran their own business, but they're running a country, which is the biggest business of all, and you have no business experience, you can see why the wars have started. You can see why the fast tracking of the BRICS is happening. You can see all of these different things. So while you're out there voting for who you like, you're basically fast tracking this, because they're taking advantage of your lack of knowledge. What you don't know will get you. So again, I implore you guys, I ain't telling you who to vote for, but I'm telling you, use some wisdom. Vote for who is good for the job. We need to be protected, and we're not right now, to be honest. This is going off the chain. And William has mentioned about Venezuela. Yeah, that's what if BRICS kick into play, that's what they're anticipating in the United States. Instantly, it's going to turn into Venezuela. We're going to be a broke country overnight because why? Your dollars are going to be trashed. By the way, a lot of you guys heard Robert Kiyosaki talk about this over and over and over again. He said cash is trash. He's absolutely right, because all it takes is for this BRICS to kick in. Guess what? Your dollars mean absolutely nothing. Imagine having to spend $100 just to get a loaf of bread because the value of the dollar dropped overnight, just like that. Now you got to spend $100 to get a loaf of bread. Inflation, you talking about bad now? Oh my God. Yeah. Third world country. So all of this stuff is going on behind the scenes and nobody talks about it on the news. Nobody discusses it. But again, this is why your leadership choice is so important. You got to have people in there who understands the impact of what's about to happen to us. And so these countries, these sinister countries, yeah, they're all signing on. They're all signing on. And there's a lot of countries that signed on now. So technically, it's just a matter of time. Just a matter of time. Just a matter of time. Okay. Anyway, I do have to go. Didn't mean to scare you guys, but dang. Yeah. Inflation rate is through the roof for Venezuela. But again, we're facing the same thing. We're literally facing the same thing. We're already financially broke. The debt that we owe, it cannot be repaid, especially now because we're not making wise choices to even make a dent into our debt. So basically, we're indebted to the very people we're trying to say we're going to defend against, and we owe them. You enslaved yourself to them because of your choices. You made bad choices, bad financial choices. So realistically, we're on the cusp of a collapse. And I'm not trying to be Mr. Preacher Man, Mr. Prophetic. I'm definitely not into that. I am a businessman, and anybody who has any sense of business, all it takes is for you to see what's going on. business wise. I'm not talking about politics. I don't do politics. I'm simply saying if you're broke, you can't defend all these countries and yourself too. Because what happens is your pocketbook is, let me give it to you guys like this, and I really got to go. But think of it like this. All right. Think of it like this. You say, I'm going to come in and I'm going to pay my cousin's bills, but your income is so stretched paying your own bills. How can you afford to pay your cousin's bills when you barely paying your own? Now, it was a nice gesture that you wanted to help pay your cousin's bills, but can you really afford to do that? Yes or no? Type, quick, because I got to get out of here. Come on, type. I got to go. Okay. No, you can't. You have good intentions, but you can't really afford it. So watch this. You start taking the little bit of savings you do have and you start paying your cousin's bills because you just like your cousins, even though your cousin don't want to go to work, don't want to do nothing, but you just love your cousin. So guess what? You're going to sit there and do what you're going to do for your cousin, right? All right, cool. You got a love for your cousin. I appreciate that. Ooh, thank you, Jesus. All right, cool. But now here's the problem. Your car engine just turned on saying, uh-oh, uh-oh. And you just took the remaining money that you had and you put it on your cousin's bills and you left no reserve for you. So now the engine light is on your car that requires you to get to work to help pay your bills and your cousins. Now your car is out of whack and you trying to figure out how you're going to Uber, but you can't afford an Uber. So guess what? You out. Just like that. All it took was one little stone to knock you completely financially off because you weren't prepared. You were stretched too thin. Good intentions, but not financially smart. Good soundbite for television, but you weren't financially smart. Now watch this. Let me take this one step further to make sure you guys understand this point. Now, while you trying to struggle at this job, your grandpappy left you $100,000 worth of gold coins, but you refused to tap into them because they was from your grandpappy, and you don't want to touch your grandpappy's coins because that's like selling something. You know what I mean? A memorial, a memory. What they call them? Memory tokens. Memory token or whatever. You idolizing the possession versus the purpose of the possession. So you idolizing who gave it to you, not realizing they gave it to you for a purpose. So because you got love for your cousin and you got love for your grandpappy, you got a good heart. But are you making wise choices with your belongings? Yes or no? Type. Sentimental value. Thank you, William. Sentimental value. No, this $100,000 worth of gold coins, I don't want to touch it because it belonged to my grandpappy, and I loved my grandpappy. Well, fool, grandpappy loved you too. That's why he left you $100,000 worth of coins, so that if you get into a financial rut, you ain't got to be financially broke. Watch this. So therefore, now your car don't work. Now you can no longer support your cousin because you can no longer support yourself. And guess what? Now you're facing eviction because you can't get to work because your car is messed up. And your cousin now got to do what they've been doing, figure it out, because you ain't a crutch they can lean on no more. Now you both went downhill. Meanwhile, you're still sitting on $100K worth of gold coins. But because of the sentimental value, you're not using what you have. And then you praying for God to send you an answer. You say, I already got you an answer. Use it. No, I don't. No, and you're refusing your blessing. Now, we would call that not financially sensible. Because you're making choices out of emotions and not out of a business mindset. And this is exactly what the United States is doing right now. There is no reason why we're not a rich country. There is zero reason that we are not a wealthy country. Just being honest with you, there's zero reason, because the countries that we are being terrorized by and that are terrorizing the world, they are all using the same thing to finance their stuff. What are they all using? What do they all have in common? Somebody type real quick. What do they all have in common? What resource do they all have in common? William, you're always on point. You got it first. oil, not the US dollar. They have oil. Whoever controls the oil becomes king. So Russia has energy and they have oil. So guess what? That's what's making them a powerhouse. Saudi Arabia, oil. Oil. Derek said the black crack. Yeah. Yeah, oil. What does your car run off of? You can't get your car to run without oil. And not just oil in the engine, but you need oil to create the gasoline. Oil. And who in the world has the most of it? We do. No, I don't want to. I don't want to frack the earth. I don't want to. I don't want to mess up the earth. You know, it's got to stay green. Meanwhile, you're buying oil from Venezuela and our enemies at a premium, and we're all living on one earth. So whether you're drilling out the ground or it just seems better that I'm not holy am I don't drill out the earth, but you're paying other people across the world to drill in the earth, draw the oil out, pay them to ship it, pay it to a refinery outside of the US, and then bring it to us for our customers. And y'all wonder why your gas prices went up. Come on now. And we had all the oil we needed right underneath our feet when we walking down the street, and we won't touch it. Why? Because our supporters say we don't like that. And we have to do what our supporters say. So guess what? We will remain broke. That's the sentimental value of the grandpappy who left you $100,000 in coins, but you refuse to use them. That's the same. We're doing the same thing. See, not business savvy. Sounds good, but you don't make business sense because you never ran a business. And well, we're going broke, and it's going to get worse. To be honest with you, it's going to get worse. It's going to be worse. So anyway, I didn't mean to talk y'all's ear off. I'm just coming. When you come here, I'm trying to connect dots for you guys. How does interest rates work? How does CPI reports work that it's affecting you? How does your vote work when you're sitting up there? I don't like some of these people. I'm going to be honest. On a personal level, no. You couldn't even come to lunch with me. I don't like you like that. So if I'm picking people based on what they like, oh no, you never. But if I'm picking you based on the job, totally different. Totally different. And my children are going to pay for this too. Your children are going to pay for the choices. And it's already happening. We're already in so much debt. Guess what? We'll never be paying this back. The interest rate alone on this trillions and trillions of debt, we can never pay that back unless we make one smart choice. All it takes is one, and we won't do it. Okay? We won't do it. Drill, whatever you got to do. Dig it out the ground. It's a resource. You're paying people across the world to drill into the earth to get it, and you're just saying, but my hands are clean. I won't do it. Yeah, but you're paying them to do it. It's one earth. So whether you're doing it or they're doing it, it's still coming out the same earth. It's still coming out the same earth. Y'all getting it? Your natural resources of energy, okay? Whether it's gas, whether it's oil, whatever it is, all this stuff is coming out the earth and somebody's drilling in the ground. So for you to pretend like, oh, I'm not the one doing it. Yeah, but you're paying people to do it. It's the same thing. Why not pay your own people here in your own country where you can keep the money in-house, and then from there, and I'll say this and I'm done, then from there, like I've been saying, once you become wealthy again, you can afford to invest out of your own profits because now you can sell the excess to other countries like they're doing to us. Now you become the exporter of excessive things that you dug out. You're exporting it versus paying people to bring it in. You exporting your excess. When you sell at profits, keep a portion of it like a tithe, 10%, 20%, take a tithe of the profits, pay down your debt, take another tithe out of your profits and invest in green products because now you can afford to do it. That's like paying your cousin's bill. You can afford to do it now. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Type of 500 if that makes sense to y'all real quick. you can afford to do it. Why? Because you got something that you can sell to other people that they want. They need it. So they're going to pay you for it. You got money coming in left and right, hand and fist. You can pay your debts down. You can build roads, do new construction in your cities and states, and you can still pay down your debt and still invest into Green New Deals out of your own money. Told you guys last week, if I was running for president, I'll be the only president in history who have ever, whatever party I choose to be, I'm going to actually get a vice president from the other party. Why? Because that's the only way we're going to be able to work together. So I can bring both combination of ideas. It's nothing wrong with either side. It's just that one ain't better than the other. We can bring them both together. We just need sensible people in here who understand business to make this work. We can bring the social side and business together. Because right now you're really, here's what y'all voting on. You're voting for social issues or you're voting for business issues. In other words, when I say business, I don't mean for business owners, because that's where they're deceiving y'all. I'm saying you are a business because you got bills to pay. Your rent went up, your food went up, your grocery bills went up, everything about your life went up. Okay? Everything. But socially, it sounds good for social issues. That's why when you see these debates and all this stuff, you hear one side constantly talking about social issues. Here's what I did socially. On the other side saying, here's what I did business-wise. Why can't we get both? Why have to pick one or the other? And that's the options you have, one or the other. Okay. All right, you guys, gotta let you go. Peace and hair grease. Thank you guys for attending, and we will be back here next week. Miss Donna and everybody, thank you guys for what you do. And